gap to Milan and only 6 points left to play for. Juventus need 3 here to stand even a slither of a chance at the top 4 finish. You are on 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, or you can follow this match summary on that app, also on the website. Players in the tunnels. Juventus, points deduction benefited no side more than Milan, who fortuitously rose to 4th place without even kicking a ball. That may have changed by the end of Saturday, but if Atalanta failed to beat Inter in this round, Milan are almost certain to book their seat at Europe's top of the top competition, Champions League. Just getting noticed, the players are about to leave the tunnel. Match referee grabs the yellow ball, the winter ball. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. AC Milan look set to book that seat in the Champions League ahead of the final day. If they can extend their 3-game unbeaten run away at Juventus to 4 with a victory here. They've won once and drawn twice in their last 3 visits. But it is a pretty picture of black and white. Juventus fans joining us, welcome. Also Milan fans, big task here. Milan coming up trumps in just one of their last 9 away games in all competitions. The 1 win, 4 draws and 4 losses, with the sole victory being that walloping at the Maradona against Napoli. That was the only league win against current top 7 sides, a statistic which may bring 𝓳𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 back down to earth. They got Napoli right at that perfect time. Napoli were in all sorts, injuries, so many of their top strikers, and now they can take advantage of Juve's situation. Given back 15, deducted 10. Well, they might be happy to have the 10 deducted and then handed down a 5-point deduction in the end. They might take that, who knows. There is another court case pending in mid-June for them. That's another story in itself. The match officials and the players all shaking hands on the pitch is where games are won, and despite Juve's 7th place, thanks to that points deduction, they have won 21 times. Milan have won 18. Players to watch tonight: Federico Chiesa hit his first Serie A goal of the season in that heavy midweek defeat to Empoli, and will hope to build on that after contributing to 7 goals in 10 meetings with Milan. As for Milan, Olivier Giroud proved age is just a number as he hit his 10th career hat-trick in their 5-1 win over 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 last weekend, meaning he has now scored a treble in 8 different club competitions. That is supreme from 𝓳𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰's 36-year-old French attacking weapon. The hot stat on the 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 app: Milan have picked up points from half of their away league games as pretty much outsiders this season. Not available, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰, Fagioli, also Jorge and Paul Pogba, and Vlahovic. He was named in the squad but won't start. Benacer and Ibrahimovic are able to be named in Pioli's Milan squads. 2 of Serie A's senior citizens in charge of these 2 giants. Pioli with Milan, Allegri with Juventus. Juventus freshly knocked out from the Europa League semi-finals against Sevilla. Milan knocked out in the semi-finals of the Champions League against Inter. And that is, I guess, the only common points, the common ground for these 2 clubs tonight. But it is a ground where it's quite tribal for Juventus. The Allianz Stadium, we await kickoff in the coming seconds. Maurizio Mariani about to get us underway. The penultimate match of Serie A. You're with David Freeney, your match commentator. And Juventus will have the kickoff. They are in the black and white stripes. Milan are in the red and black stripes. They have the white shorts. Juventus have the black shorts. Juve will be going from right to left. is going to those standings as Locatelli will go long. Down the right, he was able to pick out Di Maria, the chest on, and Milan are able to try and settle that down. Giroud has done so well with a couple of his first touches, and Calabria back to Tomori, the English defender. Panic ball out from defence. Capi chopped off by 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 Gatti with a header, and 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Tomori back to Mignon. Milan with the 4-2-3-1 formation. Mignon in goals. Tomori and 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 centre-half pairing. Calabria on the right. He's the captain. And 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰. The left back, Krunic and Tonali, the two pivots, with Leao, Diaz and Messias in support of Olivier Giroud. Messias on the ball now. Goes inside Kostic. That'll be an interesting tussle, the Brazilian up against the Serbian. Releases. Wonderful ball. And coming towards Leao. But the one forward was 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰. Moise Kean wins a free kick. Szczesny in goal for Juve. His 27th of the campaign, the Polish goalkeeper. Three in the back line, Bremer in the middle, Gatti on the right, and Danilo on the left side. He is the Bianconeri captain. Kostic on the left side of midfield, 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 on the right. Locatelli and Rabiot control the middle, with Di Maria, Chiesa and Kean up forwards. I guess the versatility there is all of those three attacking options. Do like to rotate in that positional place, and for now it's Kostic. Attempted the crossing towards Kean, hit Calabria, go out for a Danilo throw, and it comes for Di Maria, finding himself already on the left side of the pitch. Rabiot will square things up, out towards Gatti, 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷, now patrolling. Now Giroud will join in. Not the fastest up forward with the high press, Milan, but they are intelligent with it. We saw them score against Lazio a few weeks ago. A 2-0 win. And that was at the San Siro. Hernandez and Benacer were the goals that day. No Benacer now. Rabiot in his best season in a Juve shirt. Didn't get a goal last season. Has 8 this term, with 4 assists. Now there's a ball released down for Di Maria. Danger signs. Juve coming forward. Oh, he tried to thread a ball to Locatelli. Can't get forward under Locatelli. We saw that at Euro 2020. Tonali. Now Milan's turn to just hold a few passes, get them together. Leao, it's a shocking first touch, taken away. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓷 over on the right side. He's allowed to scamper forward. Inside pass. Chiesa. And Di Maria quite deep. Comes back to collect, and then will ping it out to the right side again. Kean on the edge of the penalty box. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷 wants to deliver. It won't get there. But Chiesa unable to control. Just put off by the Milan captain. Long ball overhead. Giroud battling for this against Bremer. The Juve defender wins out there. Decent first season, 4 goals and an assist in his 30th for Juve since leaving Torino. For those of you who don't know, Juventus are from the city of Turin. Now Kean tried the back heel through for Chiesa to get it on the return pass. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰 has to go to the sideline. Safety first. 5th minute of play. 0-0 at the Allianz. Stefano Pioli, former Fiorentina coach, and a few of these Juventus squad players are former Fiorentina players, including 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷, Vlahovic on the bench, and Chiesa starting, all coming over from La Viola. They lost the Coppa Italia final midweek to Inter. They've made up for it with a win over Roma in the league. Inter also winning last night in the league in a late game. At this time, this is the main fixture. Juventus Milan cannot beat this kind of football. The history between the two sides. Juve, the most winningest club in the land, against Milan, who have the European pedigree, 7 Champions League titles, the second most of any club behind Real Madrid. Both of these clubs, Milan and Real, knocked out in the semis. It will be Inter and Manchester City, who actually lost today to Brentford, but it was a second-string lineup put out by Pep Guardiola. Just the two remaining fixtures for both of these clubs. Juventus will go trophyless for the second year running, first time in their history for I think it's about 35 years. So plenty calling for the head of Allegri, Giroud, on that back beautifully in. Junior Messias with no Giroud in support can shift that over for Leao. Some space here, the edge of the box. Back square, it's Diaz. Just to line that up for Calabria, who was in support. Then it's chipped back out for Leao. They've made a mess of it in the end, Milan, but it was the desperation by the Juve defenders that put them in two minds about whether to shoot or whether to pass. Bremer, look at a stern talking to from Maurizio Mariani, the match official, after taking Giroud down. Danilo with it for Juventus. Locate Kostic. Direct play down the channel. Chiesa just clipped the heels. Did Malik Shaw, who came over from Schalke 04 with the January window. Has now seen his former club go down into the second division of Germany. Bayern Munich winning that one. A cliffhanger, a nail biter, as they say. And Chiesa not showing enough pace to get the return pass back from Kostic. Shaw on the spin. Diaz. Now Junior Messias, the former Crotone man, in fourth division just 5 years ago. On the Scudetto, another return pass. Diaz. We saw what he did last time in the reverse fixture at the San Siro with a wonderful solo goal. Milan have a corner. 8th minute of play, the first one of the game. Junior Messias can hurt you. 5 goals for Milan this season. That's equal to last campaign. Goals and 2 assists in both seasons, so he can improve. Don't think he'll reach the heights of 2020-21 with Crotone in his first season in the top flight. 9 goals and 3 assists. But now Tonali does get good shape from corner kicks in from the right side, on the right boot, in at the near post. The header was won by Krunic, but he's put that about a metre to the right of the right post. Precision from the delivery there for Sandro Tonali. He's been the revelation in terms of Italian midfielders coming up from Serie B with Brescia, and has 2 goals, 7 assists for this particular campaign. He's got a couple of crucial ones, including against Salernitana and the restart after the World Cup. Plenty of egos out there tonight. Plenty of bruised egos. Milan haven't really been able to celebrate last season's Scudetto as Napoli took the reins very early in this season, and probably 2 months in it looked like the celebrations were over for the rossoneri. Play out with Kostic on the left. Goes inbound, finds Danilo, chips a ball over the top. Fabulous ball, but it was Di Maria who was never going to arrive. Mike Maignan has such good vision. The way he judged the bounce of the ball, the trajectory over the top of Danilo. There's that eagle eye trying to pick out the World Cup winner, Angel Di Maria. One ball from Milan. Put down by Gleason Bremer. One short one over the touchline. Good exchange with the opposition coach, Stefano Pioli. 10 minutes gone, 0-0 at the Allianz. Juventus and Milan. Diaz. Good angle to deliver for Tonali, out with Junior Messias. Doesn't let it run for a corner. Back for Tonali. Now Messias. Square ball. Diaz couldn't control. It's now with Di Maria. His ball forward will be allowed to go out by Theo Hernandez. No, he's brought that back in. Deepwood one way, then the other. Tonali, Krunic. Diaz. 35 yards from goal. Giroud squares it up. Hernandez. Out to the left with 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Coming towards 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲. Square ball. Wants the return. And that's how they want to break into that space behind the back three of Juventus. Back five when they're in that low block mode. Calabria has it for Milan. Go back to Mignon. Now Shaw. No nonsense clearance over halfway. Giroud nods it on. Tonali jogging. Unable to claim possession. Chiesa can lay this off. The run from Rabiot. Ran into trouble. Krunic takes it away. Giroud jogging on the spot. Our last defender, which is Bremer. So the ball's laid off to Leao. Might hit one. Instead, it's fallen for Messias. Tries to curl one in at goal. It was on target, but straight at Wojciech. The former Roma and Arsenal man in goal. Tough keeper to beat. The former Arsenal keeper. We'll try and stop the former Arsenal striker, Giroud. Brahim Diaz. See whether he stays in the summer or whether Real Madrid will ask him to come home. Third season though in Milan. Theo Hernandez, another former Real Madrid man. He's lost out there. The ball down the right side for Juventus, who can get forward if they want to quickly. They slow it down instead. Di Maria is a central figure. Needs some help. He finds Kostic. Is Kostic offside? Stay down. Back to Danilo. Di Maria lays it off. Danilo again. Falls backwards. Bremer. Diagonal pass to the left. Di Maria. There's Kostic and will use it. The former Eintracht Frankfurt man in his first season. Europa League winner. Couldn't do it again with Juventus. And now the shot comes in. Brilliant save from Mike Maignan. That's come from 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 from about 23 or 4 yards. A decent drive, harrowing into the corner. And Maignan does what Maignan does best. He's watched the ball all the way. He had to judge it on the bounce and push that cross and behind. Juventus with a corner. 14th minute. Shaw has it from Milan. Has to get the ball out from under his feet. Clears, goes to Messias, chest down, and then hooks the ball in all in one action. Giroud up against Bremer again. And the Brazilian's given away another free kick. He was close to getting a yellow card earlier on. And they'll have to be careful. As they say in Italian, pericolo, bit of danger. And that's what Giroud is wreaking havoc at the moment on 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Best chance for Juventus has come from Juan 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷. The stats, well, it's even across the possession. 2 attempts for Milan compared to 1. Szczesny with possession. Giroud comes to him, so he chips it out to the right wing. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 caresses a pass down the line. Chiesa. He's given away a foul there. Cheap one. Not the best start for Federico Chiesa. 6-goal involvements against Milan. It's a team he likes to score or assist against. He's gone into the back of his Euro 2020 international teammate, I should say. Ronaldo not part of that squad. Has been a big part of the Italian squad since 2019, though. Locatelli is one of the midfielders that won it alongside Barella, Jorginho. Calabria enjoying some possession in the middle. Tomori from the Chelsea man. Vertical pass for Diaz. They'll try and find some space in behind. The volley comes. It's a half volley that came from Tonali on the spin. And smashed that wide. 16th minute of play, 0-0. The last win over Milan for Juventus was under Andrea Pirlo back in 2021. That was at San Siro by 3-1. And already a match this season was 2-0 for Milan, also at the same stadium, with Tomori and Diaz on the score sheet. Tomori scoring just on the stroke of half-time. Swept it home, a loose ball in the box. And Diaz, fabulous solo effort. His shot bouncing in off Szczesny. Giroud with 11 goals, same as last season, but 16 goals overall. His best season since 2016-17, back when he was at Arsenal still, previous to leaving for Chelsea. Diaz with 6 assists, second to De Bruyne in terms of top 5 leagues. That's in this calendar year of 2023. De Bruyne has 7, one more than Diaz. And Gatto finds Locatelli for a pass to Keane. Decides to go out to the right again. Cuadrado goes to some space where Di Maria and Chiesa are standing, both of them. So Milan have a tilt defensively over on that side, so they go to Kostic. Decent delivery over the head of Keane, plucked in mid-air by Mike Mignon. Last season here it was Alvaro Morata with the opening goal, a solo run, brilliant finish, and then Ante Rebic, Milan having a chance to win it, but it ended 1-1. And of course winning last season's Scudetto. Not able to defend it well, and really would have struggled to make the top 4 if it wasn't for Juve's points deduction. Diaz can't keep that in. That'll be a Juventus goal kick. So far the best players in this game, I guess. The Locatelli's look solid in midfield. Junior Macias on the right side from Milan has looked the busiest. And Giroud, his physicality winning out over Bremer. Juventus, the front 3, really not doing much. Di Maria and Chiesa are coming deep to get on the ball, but Tonali, another important player out there. He's in a tussle up against Rabiot, and Rabiot wins that one. Big win psychologically. And then a shove into the back of Locatelli. That was Rafael in cover defence. Maurizio Mariani, the referee, goes back to have a look at a player that's on the ground. It looks as though it might be Alessandro Tonali with a head issue there. Might have hit the back of Locatelli. And then Rafael just catching Locatelli from behind, sending the Italian midfielder to the turf. No 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰 tonight. He's in the stands, kitted up in a suit. Pause in play here. We'll have a look at the benches. Milan with an extended one. Vlahovic was always in doubt, so Milik is there, Miretti, Rugani, Ivan Jr., and also Alexandro and Bonucci Good Bonucci gets some game time. Could possibly be his last home game in Juventus shirts. I did confirm him for next season, but whether he stays, a lot of people have doubts. Now Danilo smashed the ball out to the right side from the left, and Theo Hernandez would let that bounce out. Paredes also on the bench for Max Allegri. For Pioli, Ballo-Touré, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, Florenzi, Kalulu's there, Kaya, Origi, Pobega, Salamakers also. All square, 21 minutes gone. 0-0 at the Allianz. Best chances for Cuadrado. And at the other end, nothing on target to force Szczesny to really make a big save. Giroud's been busy. Messias curled one in, but it was straight at the keeper. It was catching practice. The standings at this stage with a 0-0. Milan would qualify, and that would be Atalanta's hopes all over. Looking 4 points away from Milan. Just one game remaining. Milan have to take on relegation-threatened Verona, who need a win. So that will be interesting. Messias, good delivery, and Tonali glances that over the top of the bar. So a bright moment there for the Rossoneri. Messias looking for a third assist that would officially take him to his best season of the two in red and black. Usually with Pioli's full-strength side, he'd prefer Brahim Diaz out on the right, Messias in off the bench. But Benessé is unavailable, and Brahim Diaz therefore switches to a central role as a number 10 behind Giroud. Danilo with it now. It's a really poor pass down the line, and we go straight out of play, and Milan will have a throw. Juve's next fixture on the final day is away in Udine against Udinese. That's where Napoli actually officially won this season's title. With 5 games to go, took the crown from Milan. Juventus haven't won it now for 4 years, but they did win 9 in a row, and 5 of those came under Max Allegri, who then had a stint away from football. Still on the books though, still on the payroll. Rumoured to be leaving at the end of this season, but we will see. You just never ever know. 24th minute, still 0-0. And these two teams just in a little arm wrestle at the moment. Federico Gatti's scored a couple in the Europa League, still doesn't have one in Serie A, so it would be a milestone moment for him. Locatelli doesn't have a goal this season either. But all the other players out there starting for Juventus. Even Chiesa has a goal. Now Keane, run into the area, wants to shoot, takes it past Tomori, then squares it up, big chance! And the volley from Di Maria, well over the top. So this time Maignan not called into action. The cutback was up off the ground. Took a touch off the defender, might have come off Chor. So Di Maria had to readjust what he wanted to do. Could have left that. Juventus player standing behind him. Kostic was at the ready. Getting closer to the opener. And for Milan, 3 players in their lineup also haven't scored, Chor and Krunic. But again, it's Juventus through Chiesa down the right side. He's up against Hernandez out there. And Tomori goes to him. And I'm starting to get their shape back. Ball off the outside of the boot of Rabiot. Comes back in towards him now. Working the angles. Opens up for Chiesa! And he blasts over as well. That was from a quite tight angle. But it's all about the velocity of the interplay there. That was tremendous work from Locatelli to find Chiesa. He doesn't have his radar on. In fact, there's a stat somewhere, 501 minutes it took Chiesa in game time. That's including the injury, the long-term injuries he suffered since joining Juventus. 501 minutes it took him to score last round against Empoli. His previous goal in game minutes was 501 minutes. Before that, in 2022 at the beginning against Napoli, he was with the ball again. And he's fighting hard up against Hernandez and also Tomori. Two Milan defenders work it out, but it ricochets back off Chiesa. It's quite magnetic, and then it bounced straight at Maignan. So Milan looking to win both home and away fixtures for the third time over the past 50 years. Not too often. Last time was in 2009 and 10. And the time before that was under, back when Milan were the Invincibles. Baresi, Maldini, and some of the other players like Donadoni, Marco van Basten, Gullit, Rijkaards, and Gianluigi Lentini. Foul in the middle of the pitch. Miguel came sliding in. Milan is awarded around the free kick for that challenge. Krunic out to the left. Hernandez, Leao, the dummy from Tonali. But Juventus see off the danger. Federico Chiesa, coached by the opposition coach tonight, Stefano Pioli. His first 66 games in Serie A were under Pioli at the Viola. Now Kostic can't get past Calabria. The Milan captain sees it over the line. Kostic with the throw goes down the line and behind. Danilo receives the ball inbounds. Remo arrives. The 1-2 with Cuadrado allows Gatti to get forward. Not the most creative player, but he's a big, able-bodied defender that can get forward from set pieces. Now Kostic, good movement, good body language. Skims past Keane. And Hernandez again, mainly doing defending tonight. He's one of those attacking, creative players that are chucked in at left back. Definitely is a midfielder, but in a system such as Milan's, they like to push the right and left up high. Kind of 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰 football with a twist. Moise Keane selected tonight. He's on 6 goals. So far that's his career best in Italy. His first 2 goals were against Milan. The season replicates that he had previously with Verona before leaving for Everton and spending some time with PSG on loan. Cuadrado with the throw, right side of the pitch. 29th minute. 0-0 at the Allianz. Milan, they could record 3 away consecutive defeats for the first time since 2015, back when Filippo Inzaghi was in charge. For those of you in the know, Filippo Inzaghi now leading Regina in Serie B. They were knocked out of the promotion playoffs, similar thing to what the Premier League and the Championship has. Knocked out on the weekend. They won't be playing in Italy's top division. They are unbeaten in the past 4 against Juventus in Serie A. 2 wins and 2 draws. They've won just the 1 of the past 9 away games, and that was amazingly against runaway league winners Napoli, 4-0 at the Maradona. And what was a peculiar game. It was a packed stadium, but No Napoli fans were cheering. There was a mass protest against the club president over a whole array of issues. Milan are the 9th best away side this season, 24 points. Tomori out to Hernandez again, but they hemmed in their own defensive third. No progression, and plenty of space between the defenders and the midfielders, about 30-35 metres up the pitch. So they're happy to try and break that first high press. Eventually they get it done. Triangular passes back to Milan, then Krunic receives over the halfway he can go. Keane gets back for Juventus, so Krunic and Diaz operate down the right side. Calabria now for Messias. Internal ball, Diaz back for the Brazilian winger. He's up against a Brazilian defender in Danilo. Decent inviting cross, and Rabiot improvises and hooks it up and away. Ball comes back in, a couple of players go down. Kostic is away though. Goes inside Messias. And switches. That is both taken from Filip Kostic. Quadrado on the run. Di Maria now can locate Danilo. Di Maria again. Keane on the turn, and he was able to get a shot away, but Mignot was down low, covering the near post. Decent work there from Moise Keane, because Tomori was on him like a sinking missile. Would not give him any space, but it was just one feint one way, then the other. Allowed him that millisecond to get the shot away. Locatelli out there for Juventus is an ex-Milan player, came through the youth system and played 48 times and scored 2 goals. One of those was against Juventus. So that was back between 2016 and 18 before Locatelli moved on to Sassuolo. Second season now with the old lady, and Milan have got a corner. Something from nothing there from Theo Hernandez. Up against Quadrado, the Colombians giving that one away. Juventus coming in on the back of that 4-1 away loss. Chiesa on the score sheet. Vlahovic scored against Sevilla in the 2-1 loss away at the Pijuan. The last win was here against Cremonese, Fagioli and Brema with those goals. And now they have to defend a corner. Once again, Tonali. Diaz on the edge of the box, waiting. Ball around the 6-yard line. Out comes Szczesny. Punches. And it'll be Chiesa up against 2. One of those is Hernandez. Chiesa one way, then the other. His knees are holding up. That's nice to see. Now, Quadrado, 34th minute of play. Wants the overlapping run. Moves it down the pitch, and that's a scrappy challenge from Junior Messias, who will go into the book. He came in and took down the man who was coming down the right flank. It looked as though it was Bremer. First yellow card of the game. It was Danilo, actually, who was taken down. Just a moment of concern there for Stefano Pioli. Juventus now with a set piece about 5 paces in from the touchline. I'd say it's around, probably in line with the edge of the 18-yard box. Di Maria is one option, Quadrado will be the other. My money's on Di Maria here. You just never know. Quadrado quite apt with and he can hit a set piece. Di Maria will deliver. Comes in low. Somehow get bodies in the way, and then Rafael has hardly done a thing in attack. He will have his moment, as we saw in the Champions League against Napoli. He was able to punish. Don't give him any space. Juventus have done well to keep him out of this game so far. 35th minute as Milan try to counter-attack through Leao. That'll bounce out for a Juventus throw. Leao with 13 goals. 8 assists, so 21 goal contributions in the league. And of all the players out there, he has the most goals. Juventus, it's 8 goals for Rabiot, midfielder. The ball's there to be one in the middle. Giroud loses out, and in that back, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 down the left side. Here's Leao. Has to open it up. To the back post he goes. Diaz can't control. From Giroud back to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. The ex-Empoli man out to Messias. Good looking pass for Calabria. They ran into some real trouble, and Juventus will get it away. Keane. There's the run forward, and now Juventus can use their creativity. Chiesa, Di Maria, Kostic needs to find a way to cross the ball, and indeed he did, but too many Milan defenders back there. One is Messias. He'll ship it out to the left for Leao, but it's overhit, and it will go out for another Juventus throw. The last 2 times that Milan have tried to use Leao as an outlet, the passing has been substandard. Pass inside, Locatelli and Di Maria trying to get past 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲's unrelenting. A bit too much though. Free kick for Juventus. So with a win here, Juventus goes up to 62, and Milan would be in 64 with a chance to overtake them on the very last match day. Cross comes in towards Keane, and again stunning defending from Tomori. Milan clear the danger. 3 wins, a draw and a loss in Juve's last 5. 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss for Milan. 64 points, is 59, but Juventus without that deduction would be on 69 and be in outright second. A long-range effort comes in, but it's into the stands from Danilo. Asks for an apology. The fans here would be not accepting, I can tell you. 7th placed Juve in, after 36 games, 21 wins, 6 draws, 9 losses, 55 goals for, and 32 conceded. Much better defence than Milan's, about 25% better. In terms of goals scored, Milan with 5 goals more. It's all about league points. Diaz now can find Messias, wants to get it back on his left foot, targeted Thiaw. It's Messias who fires, takes a diversion, and Juventus have conceded another corner. It just appears as though there's something about Junior Messias tonight, whether it's getting another yellow card or scoring a hat-trick, something's got to budge with it. It just appears like his name is supposed to be in the headlines tomorrow. Really talented, gifted player. We saw that in the first season in Serie A with 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 up forward with Simi, and a makeshift squad under Giovanni Stroppa, former Milan player. In it comes from the left. Juventus avert the danger. Back it goes to Hernandez. Plenty of players back there for Milan though. And Tomori didn't go up for that corner. Not sure why not. He's got such a good vertical leap. Now Diaz took a nudge from Rabiot. Wasn't brought to ground. Referee allowed play on. Good to see. Milan with 3 straight losses after 2 of those were in the Champions League, both against Inter, and then the loss away at Spezia. And in those losses, no goals scored. But then they atoned for that with 5 against Sampdoria. Giroud with the hat-trick. His 10th in his career. Now the long ball comes in. The header comes, and it is Giroud who gets on the score sheet again. A bullet header into the corner, and Milan take the lead at the Allianz Stadium in the 40th minute of play. The radar was on the ball that arrived in from the right side of the pitch, and Giroud stood his ground, and he has his 12th goal. That's his 17th goal involvement. That's and Giroud, over the top of 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, was able to guide that header in at the far post. Almost as much a surprise to Giroud as it was to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. So he's bettered last season's tally in Serie A to 12. And that ball goes into the bag. That will go for auction if you're interested. I'm sure you can Google that. So Juventus 0, Milan 1. With his game on now, Olivier Giroud, World Cup finalist. And that puts a massive dent in the Champions League aspirations for Juventus. They need to hit back through 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. He's around Calabria, then goes to the back post. Arriving is 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Does he have the same step-over capabilities as seasons before? He's gone down. He usually does. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 scrambles that away. It was shoulder to shoulder there. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷 using his strength, upper body strength there, was supreme. Three minutes to go until the break, plus stoppages. Milan will have a throw. Quite deep in their own territory. Hernandez gets the return. Volleys that over halfway. Steaming after that at 100 miles an hour is Junior Messias. So Danilo hooks that over his head. Gatti, the former Frosinone man, played last season in Serie B, does well. Bremer. Gatti. Cross to the right. Rabiot. Vertical pass in the direction of Chiesa. The service hasn't been great in the final third for you. That hadn't been great up until that moment. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰, of all people, providing a inch-perfect ball. And that is enough for Giroud to hammer home. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓷𝓷𝓰, that's his 4th assist for the season. And in terms of assists, that's his best ever. Just needs a goal, another one to go with that, and he'll have his outright best ever season in terms of attacking football, and only having played 24 games. Juves Ritrevius high up. The shot will come from Chiesa, straight into the back of Tomori, who took one for the team quite literally. Now Locatelli, the former Milan man, scoops it over towards 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷. Cross out there on the pitch. Hasn't really got in a good position in front of goal. Hasn't really got in a good position in front of goal. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 has been taken to ground. Calabria and Rabiot again for Juve. Now Chiesa goes to the left, right out there on the pitch. Hasn't really got in a good position in front of goal. Mariani just trying to calm them down, along with Max Allegri. Throw comes for Milan, and Chiesa shot. Some of the other results today: Verona and Empoli played out a 1-1 draw. Bologna and Napoli with a 2-2 draw. Victor Osimhen with a double in that game. the Olimpico against Lazio 3-2. Valiant effort for them in their second last game before going back down to Serie B. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 was red carded in that one. A lot of you will remember him from his days coaching Chelsea. Also Napoli, also Juventus. Play stopped here. Went to added time. 2 minutes of that. The goal from Giroud is what separates the two sides. Chesney was outstretched from that Giroud header. Just a moment of real quality. Giroud also on the verge of making a big milestone with 50 assists in the top 5 leagues. He's on 49 going into this game. Milan happy to soak up pressure in their own half. They pass it around the back line. Chor referred to Simon Kaya. Mignon will look up and then bury this ball back down the other half. Over the top of the Giroud comes Bremer. Diaz will scoop up the loose possession out to Rafa Leao. He's hardly had a sniff, trying to work it with Hernandez. Taken away by Cuadrado. A late chance for Juve, but Cuadrado's pass is beyond the intended target, which was Angel Di Maria. Fast score stats in the first half. XGs 0.42 for Juve, 0.31 for Milan. 54% of the ball with Milan. 5 goal attempts for Milan, 7 for Juve. A couple of shots each on goal. 3 corners for Milan, and more importantly, they have the opening goal as Maurizio Mariani blows for half-time at the Allianz Stadium. It's Juventus 0, Milan 1, and the ball in from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Enough for Olivier Giroud to head home his 12th of the campaign. So stick with us for the second half. In about 10 to 12 minutes, you're here on Flash Score. Well, the Juventus players have burst out onto the ground here at the Allianz Stadium for the initiation of the second half, showing perhaps a statement of intent in front of their fans. The last home game for them, penultimate round of Serie A, match day 37, 2022-23. It is Juventus 0, Milan 1. And some harrowing stats. If you're a Juve fan, it is not pretty when Milan go ahead, and not that great when Juventus go ahead, go behind. Milan have scored 29 first half goals in 37 games in this Serie A season. Only Napoli with 32 and Inter with 32 have scored more. So it was always going to be a situation where Juventus would be on the back foot in this game if Milan could get the lead, and they have a record of 6 wins when scoring the opening goal away from home in this Serie A season. Some other stats we'll go through with you as the half gets underway. It's Juventus going from left to right now. Milan will kick us off in the red and black stripes up against the white and black stripes. It's the bianconeri against the rossoneri. Serie A second half. Juventus, Milan, it's underway. All the way back to Mignon. Pulled off 1 or 2 brilliant saves. And there usually is the difference between Milan getting ahead and not. The former Lille keeper, now in his second season, but not having a full season, in for his 21st. And it was 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, the reserve keeper, that was called upon for a big chunk of this season. Gatti has passed, telegraphed. Tonali will pounce on that and try and locate Giroud with a low ball forward. He's never going to reach him, but Giroud was going to run towards him. Instead, Giroud held his line. It's the third opening goal of the game for Giroud in this season. 12th of the season, his best of the 2 with Milan, and the Scudetto in his first attempt. Should make the Champions League if they can hold on, and it would be at Juve's expense. Now, a clearance from Cuadrado can be kept in by Chiesa. So Juventus have a record of 0 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses when trailing at half-time this season. You have to remember, although they are 7th on the pitch, without the points deduction, Allegri's men are in 2nd place. So a lot of people think it's a nightmare of a season in terms of Juventus' success. It's not too bad. Napoli making everyone look like chumps. When they are leading at half-time, 12 wins and 2 draws. And scoring the opening goal. Some of those coming in the second half, of course. 16 wins and 2 draws, 0 losses. So they do like to hold the lead. They do have good game management strategy with Pioli. Tomori turns that away to the touchline. It was an overhit back pass. Had to scamper back and hit that out of play. Locatelli in for Chiesa. They can't trap it, and Hernandez can fire it towards the halfway line. Giroud came and overran the bounce. Danilo will redistribute out to the left. Kostic is there, as is Rabiot. Rabiot was all by himself in the hallway there in the tunnel before coming out. He was ready and raring to go. On the verge of winning both games against Juventus in the same season for just the 3rd time in the past 50 years. Now Chiesa, inverted running off the right. Tried to dish it off for Rabiot. Di Maria was there as well. Tonali in the back line. Milan will have a free kick here with Locatelli fouling Giroud. A few Milan substitutes starting to warm up. Kaya, Cantillere, and Pobega amongst those. Juventus Paredes, former PSG man, just having a jog on the touchline. It's former PSG teammate Rabiot. Square ball, Di Maria, another former PSG player. Of course, there's always Moise Kean if they can find him now, just to get him in the mix to finish off my point. That's a lovely incisive ball, and Rabiot in from the left. And his pass cut out by a Milan defender. And they're up on their feet here, trying to inspire their side to a reply. In from the left it comes. Decent looking cross, and coming in at full speed is Boema up there, and Danilo. Then the shot hit from about 35 yards into the face of Krunic. Juventus still with it. And the other ricochets, and Shaw will leave that for Mignon. Juventus, when they built this stadium, the Allianz Stadium, they won the first 9 in a row against Milan. And they've since then only got 1 point in the last 2, on the verge of making it 1 point from the last 3. Juventus with 36 Serie A titles, Milan with 19. Swings the other way in terms of Champions League trophies, 7 for Milan against 2. Milan have never won the Europa League. Juventus have won it 3 times. Juventus have never won the Cup Winners' Cup. Milan won that twice. Big difference in the Coppa Italia's 14 for Juventus, 5 for Milan. This year's winner, Inter, over Fiorentina in the final. Juventus the loser in last year's final against Inter, so 2 in a row for the 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Then we have another final to play, the big one. Krunic out to the right. Messias inside for Diaz. Back for Tonali. Gets a move on. Ends up going laterally. Calabria is out there. Then Tonali decides to go for it and knock it into the box. Doesn't make it that far. Back with Krunic. Again Diaz, but very deep. Locatelli comes to chop off Krunic. Back to Tomori. Juventus will now retreat to hold their shape in 2 banks of 4. Hernandez comes forward. Again it's Krunic. Chip the ball out to the left side, and Rafael can now take on his man, which is 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷. The veteran doing well to shut down the Portuguese. Rafael hasn't really been involved in too much. And in the heat map, you see that 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲 was the busiest for Juve in the first half, and it was Rabiot also, but Theo Hernandez with the heat map for Milan. That's usually the case. Bianconeri moving up the pitch now. Di Maria for Chiesa. He can sprint forward about 40-50 metres. He'll ping it over to the left. Out for Kostic. He'll chip it to the back post. Arriving was Rabiot at the back. The ball was laid out in front of him from Kostic. Such a difficult manoeuvre to try and hit that back in with the outside of his left boot. And again, they're up on their feet here. It was a rhythmic counter-attack from one side to the other. It's usually how the big teams do it. They just go down the middle or stick to the one side of the pitch. It usually is about breaking apart the defence piece by piece. So much organisation involved in today's game. Now a free kick going against Manuel Locatelli, the former Milan man. Into the 8th minute of the second half. 0 for Juventus, 1 for Milan. Now Leao has to come inside. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲 does it quite successfully, then lays it off square. Calabria into the mix. Out for Messias. His cross easily shut down, and out through Moise Kean. They leave that for Chiesa to run the other angle. He glides past Messias to the edge of the area. Chiesa knocked over. I think he's just lost his balance. Shaw comes away with it, then moves the ball out to the left, pinpoint to the chest of 𝓲𝓲. Now it's a case for 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 to get back, and the cross comes in. It's flat and square towards the penalty spot. Retrieved by Theo Hernandez, Tonali and 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Juventus catching their breath, getting back. But so much room between the two banks now. Juve have won it back high. Rabiot out for Di Maria. Back inside, Locatelli on the spin. Pirouette turn. Di Maria. There's 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲 to the right if he wants to use him. Until he doesn't really want to. Ends up going there anyway. 𝓣𝓸𝓲 back to Locatelli. In comes Rabiot with a shot. It's low. It's a daisy cutter. But Mignon pounces upon it as if he's putting out a fire. Jumping on a grenade. That kind of thing. So the updated stats, it's next year 0.31 for Milan, 0.44 for Juve. 57% of the ball with Milan. That's something that Juve have conceded is possession for a lot of this season. That is just phenomenal control from Rafa Leão. Good recovery from 𝓣𝓸𝓲 though. He goes into the book for remonstrating with the referee. Could be his last home game as well. I think the likes of 𝓣𝓸𝓲 and Alessandro Bonucci. We saw Chiellini depart at the end of last season, go over to the MLS and win it, along with Gareth Bale. So we've got a change here. The first, it's Junior Messias, who was on the yellow, comes out of the game for Alexis Saelemaekers. Underway, Milan had possession. Shaw, Tomori. Just trying to calm it down. Saelemaekers, number 56. He's a Belgian player, likes to play on the right side of attack, and will be a straight swap for Stefano Pioli. All the way back to Tomori. Messias looked a little potent in the first half. In the end, has fizzled out and has been brought to the bench. 5 goals so far this season. We'll see if he gets a start in the final game against Verona. Benacer's season is over, so you would expect either Saelemaekers or Messias to start over there, but it depends on what Pioli wants to do and how desperate Milan is for points. If they do win here, you would think that he could afford to turn over the sides. 𝓣𝓸𝓲's header seen out. Rafa Leão will run over and take this throw. Leave that for Hernandez actually. Give a few more seconds. Now Tonali. Good shape on the pass. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Brahim Diaz takes 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 across the pitch. Tonali. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 again. Hernandez. Dangerous duo. Now Leão starting to get a lot more involved. Hernandez. Decent cross. Takes a touch of Bremer. Retrieved by Calabria. Out to the right side, Saelemaekers. Danilo comes over to him. Saelemaekers moves it centrally. Danilo's won that challenge. Juventus can't get out though. They'll have a throw. So Saelemaekers, his last goal came against Roma at the Olimpico. And prior to that was away against Napoli in April. So technically 2 goals in the month of April, both away from home. And, well, I guess it can be against the way things are going for him to get another away goal. Hasn't scored at the San Siro this season. And for his 29th, 2 goals, 2 assists. Just approaching the hour mark. And Juventus back in possession. But a hospital pass across for 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲. He had his shirt tugged. And I'll be lucky not to go into the book there. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲 is quite frustrated with the referee. And he is on a yellow. It's going through this weekend's earlier results. Sampdoria and Sassuolo playing a 2-2 draw. We saw the same scoreline between Bologna and Napoli. What a game that was earlier today. Victor Osimhen with a couple more goals to basically all but confirm that he will be this year's Serie A leading goal scorer. Hernandez up for Leao. Wants to take on the man. Instead he brings it back in centrally for Diaz. Back for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Trying to pick the lock of this Juventus defence. It's intelligent football by Milan. Constantly changing things up. Now Tonali, so good with his distribution and his thought process. The way he directs where the ball goes. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 not too bad at it as well. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is a master. Milan to the perimeter of the box. They'll have a free kick. And Rabiot again complains to referee Maurizio Mariani. He did have a good chunk of Diaz's jersey and around the shoulder. In most sports, that's going to be an illegal act and a free kick. Simple as that. 27 minutes. 28 minutes to go. Giroud, Diaz and Hernandez are there. Chesney has to set a wall. Just a little to the right of the right post. So perfect for a left footer to hit this one. The wall is back inside the area. The foul, I guess the ball will be hit from about 23 or 4 yards. So there's 2 players from Milan in front of the Juventus ball, just to the side of it. Giroud breathing as if he's going to hit this. I think he might. It off for Hernandez. Giroud goes a goal, and it's a long way over. Well, when you're on a hot streak, why not give it to the Milan number 9, who immediately looked down at the ground as if he took a chunk out of it. A hat-trick last week against Sampdoria, the opener here at the Allianz. The game is over for Filip Kostic and also Angel Di Maria. Might be Di Maria's last Juventus game at home. So in comes Milik. And Paredes in for Di Maria. So we might see a change to the formation here. Under Paredes, central midfielder. Over with the goal kick and taking that short. Gatti looks as though he's won himself a starting role in Juve's next season, 2023-24. The switch from 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲 found its way to Leao. He won't bother trying to keep that in. It'll hit the corner flag though. Gatti wanted it to go out. He'll have the throw. So Arkadiusz Milik is in the attacking change with Di Maria. Now, from what I can see here, I could imagine Chiesa going to a left wing role. Paredes slotting into a 5-man midfield. 3 at the back and Milik and Keane up forward. Chiesa down the right side. Instead, Rabiot bowled over. And there'll be a yellow card for 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. There's a couple of players with a few bumps and scratches. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 just taken a knock to the head. I'm not sure if it's a concussion the way he hit the ground, but he's holding the back of his head. Back up to his feet now, the Bosnian. And for his 22nd of the campaign, has 1 assist, 0 goals. He's not there for his goal scoring. It was another Milan player that steamrolled 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 once he was already on the pitch. 25 minutes to go. Juventus 0, Milan 1. Free kick for Juve. Right side of the pitch, in by Paredes. Dangerous area, headed up and away by Giroud. Comes back in from Danilo. Karate kick clearance from Salamakers. Took down 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Took the man, no ball, but it's all about intent. And then Diaz into the man, which back there was Danilo. So lots of urgency shown. A mercurial defensive effort from Milan so far to keep Juventus out. And astute Milan once they go ahead. As I was saying before, 16 wins and 2 draws when scoring the opening goal. Milan haven't lost yet this season. Now Juventus down the left side. Rabiot. The front's Calabria. Inside for 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Low ball towards Keane. He will get there. But then lost out to Diaz. Rafa Leao up against Gatti. Only one winner ever there. But Gatti proves me wrong. Lovely sliding challenge a la Chiellini to divert that over the touchline. I think he's a little proud of himself. I know I would be if I was able to dispossess Rafa Leao coming at me at full pace. It's all about how you turn and execute the slide. Milan trying to generate something down the left. Lazio with a 3-2 win at the Olimpico over Cremonese. They led that 2-0. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 of all players getting a goal. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with a double. He's the hero today. It might have been his last game for Lazio at the Olimpico. Another player linked, always linked every summer. Lazio had qualified for the Champions League, so it would be sad to see him go. Serbian. Such a vital cog in Sarri's machine. And the back heel and Milan coming forward. Gatti is incredulous to the decision. It'll be a Milan free kick. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 asking for calm. Giroud immediately has grabbed at his leg. And it was 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 who took Giroud down. Frenchman immediately grabbing at his left ankle around the Achilles area. There's 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 on the sideline today. We'll see if he comes back on for a cameo in what is definitely going to be his last game for Milan. If he's in the squads on match day 38, that's a home game against Verona. Shaw out to the right side. The captain, Davide Calabria. Italians, when they do name an Italian as a captain, they do love a right back. So 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 also over at Napoli. The ball from Mignon, picked off by Cuadrado. He's only playing on the halfway line. His pass is not a good one. Telegraphed straight to Tonali. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲, good fitness shown from him. Up against 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲, dances his way out of trouble. Giroud's okay. Big space opened up here. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲, first touch, took it away from goal. Wants to shoot on the left. Might sit there for the header, but Diaz, the shortest man on the pitch, up against 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲. So Juventus, they survive there. Now a forward run by Paredes, out to the right for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲. Federico 𝓳𝓸𝓲 up against Hernandez, sitting on the right side of the attack. Locatelli arrives, turns, squares it up. Here comes Rabiot, straight into a Milan player though. 𝓳𝓸𝓲 once again needs half a yard. They're not giving it to him. Taken towards the byline. His cross was intended for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲, and instead it's definitely going to be a Milan goal kick with 20 minutes left. Disappointing for the home fans. Diaz was never going to be tall enough for that header. The diverted ball that 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲 was able to get a couple of hands to and palm away. But Diaz did score against them last time at San Siro. I was there to see that one. And the other goal for Fikayo Tomori for 1-0 that night. Last season here was Alvaro Morata for Juventus and Ante Rebic. Now some space has opened up. Giroud has two options. Needs to pick a pass. Eventually goes out to 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲. Oh, huge save from Wojciech Szczesny. Juventus survive. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲 on the verge of scoring his third goal of the season, and all away from home. It was on target. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲 just stuck out his right foot. Was able to hook that away. Milan will now have a corner. Could be so much worse. An embarrassing home defeat to Milan is the last thing they need. But as the most followed club in Italy, I guess amongst the most hated, probably not the most hated, only because I'd figure if they're most supported, I'd have the most supporters to hate the next club, which is probably Inter or Milan. Up and comes to the corner. Keane worked hard, wins a free kick. Left side of the pitch, but still in their own half. One of the bright stars from the Juventus under-23 team is Eling Jr., the English player that plays on the left. I'm expecting him to come into the game and play on the left. So it's one of 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲 and 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲 for me that's going to come off. Could be one of the central midfielders, but I think Allegri would like to see Locatelli and Rabiot last the duration of this game. I guess the other option is it Moise Kean? 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲 is the focal point up front. Indeed it is. The number 18 comes off. So, Eling Jr. comes on wearing the number 43. Didn't go with the England under-20 side to South America to contest the World Cup. He's in for his 11th game in Serie A. 1 goal, 1 assist. With a good introduction. He's only 19. Former Chelsea youth player. And was picked up by Juve. And they brought him through. He's played 1 game in the Coppa Italia this season. And also 4 appearances in the Europa League, 1 in the Champions League, and a whole bunch in the UEFA Youth League in seasons past. And Moise Kean, congratulated by his coach for working tirelessly on and off the ball, mainly off it, but didn't get too many touches when you're a frontline striker in a three-man forward line and your coach likes to play with width. Paredes, very deep. Back to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. He'll chip that out to the right side. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 waves it down and moves it on and is bowled over. It's like Giroud. Looks like he might need to be taken out of the game. Took down 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷. I think he wanted the ball to go out. I think he knew he was about to be substituted, or perhaps he's asking Pioli to take him out. He has to keep his thigh warm as well as his Achilles. Chiesa on the right side. Locatelli joins him. Well shielded from Rabiot. Brema coming forward. Paredes, Gatti. Just the one goal between the two sides. Gatti easily passed to Rafael. Now Locatelli into the comeback from an offside position. Still with it, Locatelli. Down the line he goes. And for Gatti, the big man loses out. Krunic. Well, he's giving that up to Locatelli. His shot goes straight into Tomori. Back for Chiesa. It's come off Tonali and behind. And Young can't keep it in. On the right side of the pitch, Juventus will have another corner with 15 minutes to go. So just looking down the benches as Paredes lines this up. Juventus do have a couple more options to bring on. Leao's away again. He's giving it up to Ewing Jr. Who has a shot from long range. Quite a way out. It was about 30 yards at least. But he picked that ball up off Leao, got past Diaz, and thought, well, why not? I'll put this into the stands. Alexandro Bonucci, and also, I guess it's Rugani. Miretti could be an option off the bench. But Milik already brought in, he's hardly seen the ball. Good record against Milan. He scored his first 2 goals in Serie A against Milan for the Partenopei. And it was back in 2016. Vertical pass finds Milik from Paredes. 2 substitutes. Now Chiesa. Might see out the rest of this game, you never know. Lovely ball over the top, and Locatelli's there. The former Milan man looking to punish his former side, but Chor again goes to the safety behind goal. Another corner kick for Juventus. And Milan with a deeper bench. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 could come in. Florenzi, Kaya, Pobega, Bronx, Ballo Toure, Adley's there. And Jan plucks this corner kick. Read it perfectly. The question is, how long can Giroud stay out there? Origi is also an option. Rebic is not on the bench. No Vlahovic for Juventus. Although he has a stunning record. He's 4-goal involvements versus Milan in his last 3 appearances against them. 2 goals and 2 assists. Scored 2 against Milan for Fiorentina back in November of 2021. And his first 6 Serie A games came under Pioli, so a strong link. And now it's Rafael wants to finish the game off. And again, another chance over the top of the goal. Well over the crossbar. A nightmare for Federico Gatti to have to try and coax Rafael out towards the wing, but he can dance his way through. So dangerous. Hernandez intercepts the ball intended for Chiesa. Salamakis takes it backwards. Calabria, Shaw. Another solid game from Malik Shaw. His 19th of this season since coming over in January. Long ball. Out comes Szczęsny, and he will throw that over the top. Hitting Junior, the give and go. Quadrado on the right, hitting Junior on the left side. He'll get it now and towards Calabria. Chip behind. Left by Rabiot, hitting Junior. That's sublime skill to the back post, and Hernandez with him up and away. Back in for Paredes, who can volley from distance if he wants. He'll drive. It was on target, and Maignan was on his way, but it was blocked in any case. Juventus on the rebound have it. Danilo for to win Junior. They are pressing the Bianconeri with 10 minutes to go. Got to throw everything they can, but in an intelligent way, is to not concede again. Tonali's pass picked up by Paredes. Good spell here for Juventus. Have been untidy at specific points. Have looked ordinary for some portions of the game. But then again, so is Milan. But in defence, it's all about the clean sheet. Diaz, very deep now. Hernandez. Tomori, long clearance. Trying to release Rafa Leão up against Gatti. I guess that's the outlet. Isolate one defender against Leão, and more often than not, he will beat him. Now Quadrado. Done well to keep his cool since getting the yellow cards. Tomori with another big clearance down the pitch. Picked up by Brema. Out for Danilo. Junior quite high up on the left. Just to get through Calabria, wins a throw. With a couple of changes here. It's going to be for Stefano Pioli. Brahim Diaz. His evening is over as Pobega comes on. Tommaso Pobega, that is. His first ever goal was against Juventus for Spezia. So another player is Ballo-Touré in for Rafa Leão. So toward the attacking force, the three that sit behind Giroud, all three of those have actually been taken out. Messias came off for Salamakers, now Diaz for Pobega and Leão for Ballo-Touré. The question is, what shape will Milan take here? Because Ballo-Touré is a left back. When they push up Hernandez to play a more attacking role with Leão off the pitch. Looks as though Ballo-Touré is going to sit in the left side of midfield. Juventus looking to get space between the lines. Rabiot, Chiesa back inside. It's Gatti. Cross for Paredes. The Argentine. Again square. Gatti. Still without a goal in Serie A. Chiesa, good ball in, and the glancing header didn't come off for Rabiot. Tomori, another piece of astonishing defending. Quite an elegant defender as well for Kayo Tomori. Discarded by Gareth Southgate, but for how much longer? As a defender in Serie A, you have to be an exquisite defender at the very least, for most of the time. Quadrado Right to Chiesa, edge of the penalty box up against Hernandez. Wants to beat him and shoot on the left. He's ambidextrous. Federico Chiesa. Wonderful dexterity all round from most of these players. But Rabiot this time with a header has pushed it wide, looking for his 9th. He was onside as Tomori was keeping him on. A header from about, I'd say 12 yards away from goal. Had to loop it over past Magnan into the top corner. Also another change at the back with Bremer coming off for Bonucci. The Euro 2020 vice captain is in. Leonardo Bonucci is actually a former Milan player, believe it or not. Had the one season, a 40 million euro move, and then instantly wanted the return to go back to winning some titles. Just wants to get used to the wins and just want to keep winning. So number 19, Leonardo Bonucci. He's in the back three, 36 years old. How much longer can he hang on for? He's into his 15th of this season, but most of them off the bench. The ball out from Danilo. And Junior won't keep it in. Milan with a throw. 5 minutes to go and then additional time. Juventus 0, Milan 1. Another double change coming. Stefano Pioli just soaking up a few seconds here and there as Davide Calabria and Giroud come out for Kalulu and Origi. Kalulu is a gifted right back, also plays in the middle, right centre back. He was called upon. He was part of the Scudetto winning defence for long parts of the season when Kaya was injured. 34th appearance in Serie A this season for Pierre Kalulu. Giroud has the match-winning header at this point of the game. Once again lauded in the Gazzetta dello Sport, the Corriere della Sera, come Monday morning. Magnan puts up a bouncing ball. Origi is now the front man. Many of you will remember him from his time at Liverpool. The Belgian, so far in his first Serie A season, just the 2 goals. In 27 appearances this game. It's just a cameo, 1 assist. Did get 3 for Liverpool last season and 4 back in 2019-20. His best, I guess, is with Liverpool back in 2016-17 and Rio and Wolfsburg, but he's never ever hit double figures, which is quite surprising for someone that's hailed as such a great striker, or was. And Milan through Pobega coming forward, but they've given away a free kick in back play, and Hernandez again argues the point. Chiesa down the right side. Cuadrado. Chiesa. Big switch comes. And it's a switch that comes to nothing. It's a Milan throw. Disappointing from Federico Chiesa, the son of Enrico, the former Fiorentina great, the former Italy great, the former Sampdoria man. Sad to see Sampdoria going down to Serie B, but just guess it strengthens the second division. The playoffs will be over in the next 12 days or so. One of Cagliari, Südtirol, Bari or Parma will be the other side in Serie A to join Frosinone and Genoa, as Samp and Cremonese and one of Spezia and Verona are going down. Today we saw Leicester City join Leeds and also Southampton. They go down to the Championship on the Super Sunday of the English Premier League. Matchday 38 is over and out. Brentford defeating Manchester City, ending their season on a downer. That goal coming from Ethan Pinnock, 85th minute, just turning it home. Bit of a toe poke, but a decent goal nonetheless against Manchester City's B team. Now Chiesa has to find some space with that fly. Can't get past Tomori. The Englishman, again, extraordinary defending. And Milan can open up space down the left for 𝓣𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Up against Gatti, who scampers back just in time, slows it down. 𝓣𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 waits for the cavalry. Now Krunic, in no hurry. Theo Hernandez. Tomori back over to Malik Chor. Here's Kalulu. Maignan might want to touch. Indeed, he calls for it. He's on the penalty spot. Vertical pass. Finds Krunic. The final game on Serie A Sunday here at the Allianz Stadium. Juventus nil, Milan 1, and we're into additional time. Let's see what the fourth official gives us. So far we've had all 5 changes for Milan, all coming in the second half. 4 changes for Juventus. So 4 minutes of added time. Tomori, now Tonali, first time caresses that over the top, bounces over Origi. Hernandez getting forward, sprinting, pressures Szczesny, now out to Cuadrado. Switch it over towards his captain, Danilo. And Gatti. Back for Cuadrado, just inching their way forward. Rabiot. Is there a goal in it for Juventus to at least get a point from this game and regain some pride? Out for Chiesa. It's good to see him getting through 90 minutes. Good ball into the back post. Chor using his height to his advantage. Kalulu will team up with him and keep the ball out for a throw instead of going for a corner. Juventus, of course, appealing for the corner. Paredes might have it. Kalulu quick, but not that quick. So in it comes in the 92nd minute of the game from Paredes, near post. Or was it cleared off the line there? Danilo is down on the ground, the captain. Out to the left it comes again, into the middle. Headed away by Tonali. Cuadrado doesn't know whether to trap it on the first bounce, and eventually gets it to Chiesa. Now Locatelli back in, and out it goes. Yo-yoing around. It's on the halfway line with Cuadrado. Danilo knows that it was a big chance to get the equaliser. It was about 6 yards away from the goal, so we'll have time to revisit this chance from the corner. Over the head of Milik. Danilo trying to turn that home. It went into Kalulu. Or was it his own player, actually? And Gatti in the way. It was Federico Gatti. Otherwise, that was going in. Hands on the faces. Max Allegri still trying to clap his team into some kind of beat, some kind of momentum. It's been a stuttering kind of season for Juventus that don't know whether they're coming or going. They've been in and out of the courts, in and out of Champions League, then down into Europa, losing in the semi-final. They were ahead in the second leg with a Vlahovic dink over the top of Bono. Now a chance on the counter-attack. Milan are playing that kind of game. Origi, well brought forward, dribbles quite nicely to the advantage of Salamakers, who finds himself on the left side. Has been mowed down by 2 players. One of them was Gatti, who made the contact and the clearance came. Salamakers is out on his feet. Bonucci coming over for the first chop, and then Gatti coming in to finish the job. guess you could call that the Italian job on the Belgian. So a free kick for Milan right at the end of this game. 20 seconds to go. Should be the last act, and I think they just want to keep this ball in the corner. They'd rather win 1-0. Hernandez is the man to give it to. Wants to win the corner, and does. Expertly done. Match day 37 coming to a slow, painful end for Juventini at home. And it's been one of the fortresses for them this season. They've won, along with Napoli, the joint best home sides of this championship. But they lose on their final day at home, and it is Milan who spoils the party at the Allianz. Juventus 0, Milan 1. The goal coming in the first half off the head of Olivier Giroud, his 12th of the season. And now it's time to stand with a few of the Milanisti who made the trip here. And selfie time. Giroud has got the six-pack out, the washboard abs, and it is his goal that gets them home. And he played for most of this game. It was brought out for Origi in the 86th minute. So well done, Olivier Giroud. And condolences, Juventus fans, not just for the loss tonight, but also for the 10 points docked just before the game against Empoli. Juventus still in 7th with 59 points. And they have the opportunity to try and nick back one place if they can get 3 points in the final game away in Udine. They may finish level with Roma for 6th. Milan got to 67 points, 2 away from Inter, and they are 6 ahead of Atalanta in 5th. So Champions League football for Milan, that's the big talking point come this week. It will be final 4 that's decided: Napoli, Lazio, Inter and Milan, and the European places to play for. Juventus at this stage will qualify for the Conference League. Atalanta and Roma for